The top 10 dirtiest character in esports. Top 10. Kicking off 4. This may be the single stupidest cheating scandal in esports history. Before he signed with Optic India, Forsaken was a player mostly known for demolishing whatever puck he played in. The only thing more confusing than his signing was his gameplay. At Extremsland, Surrey Asia 20, and Forsaken was hitting cracking headshots and flicks and hitting unthinkable spray transfers. He was looking like the next Simple. The entry into the B bomb so it doesn't go well. Crazy spray. Forsaken, but he manages to make it work. Tournament admins immediately took notice of his suspicious gameplay. Turns out he was cheating and had all his cheats on a file on his computer that he hilariously called WordX. When he got figured out, he even fought with tournament admins while desperately trying to delete it before they saw. Forsaken thought that he could fool everyone. In the end, all he did was turn himself into a meme. I did him already exit. Top 9. Now you might not think that you can cheat in virtual cycling. But our number 9 entry proves that anything is possible. UAHESE cycling, an esport almost no one is aware of, somehow had a cheating scandal in its first year of operation, and as of the 18th of September 2019, iron disqualified, disgraced and banned from the sport of cycling. Cameron Jeffers, a YouTuber and cyclist, really wanted to compete in the British Cycling Esports Championship Grand Finals, but he wanted to get a bike that would give him an edge over the competition. So he set up some bots and had them grind their way to getting him the Concept C1, a pretty sweet looking trombite, and then he won the tournament. And winner of the gold medal, your national champion is going to be Cameron Jeffers. But there was one small problem. He didn't actually earn the bike. Some sort of software on your computer, and you can essentially just put in like a power value. For example, like 400 watts. Click enter and your avatar within the game will just sit at 400 watts. About like you haven't pedals, which British Cycling really didn't like. They stripped him of his gold medal, fined him 250, and called his actions robo-doping. Top 8. Coming in at number 8 is a cheating scandal that might never recover from, and it is a day that will go down, in which a bunch of players get for cheating. That's basically what's happened. In 2018, PUBG saw a huge explosion in popularity, of course led to an esports scene. Things were going pretty well. That is until several pros were caught in a massive cheating scandal. Back then there was a cheat going around called the radar hack. It's complicated, but it basically let you see where every other player on the map was without revealing yourself. That's insanely powerful, and using that in turn, I mean, we give any cheating pros a huge advantage. The other kids, you just get the car and go all the way to that hut in the front. You're gonna gatekeep them there outside of Pachinki. That's it, you're one good shit laser. We discovered that 10 players have received in-game bans due to the usage of unauthorized programs, the type of which has been severely damaging to the integrity of the game of PUBG. While many of the players who were caught using the radar hack weren't at their prime, it was still a huge black mark on the scene. Even now it's hard to look back at guys like THC winning the Broadcaster Royale. It just doesn't feel right. Top 7. Taking the number 7 spot on our list is a cheater that just cracked under the pressure. APX40 is someone who is generally well liked by the Hearthstone community. I have to blow a kiss to my stream because I kept telling them I wouldn't. So awkward though, because there's so many people and it's like, this is the best time to blow a kiss. You said you'd do it, you even have to man. There, I blew you a kiss, chat. That was cringy, but that's okay. We got one, and I promise. Which makes what comes next that much worse. While playing in the last round of the Swiss during the HCT Winter Playoffs, the Canadian cracked under the pressure. Foyu typed up a message to a friend that was sitting right next to him asking how we should play a specific matchup in the game. Fortunately for Foyu, the admins decided that was cheating, and he was immediately disqualified. Shortly after that, his sponsor dropped him too. These days things are looking up though. Foyu is slowly climbing his way back up in the circle, and his situation has become a lesson on how not to deal with the pressure of Tishan beautifully played from both sides. Apex played his threats. He shake the arms first and he made a really good balance of pushing damage to face while still managing a bloody Facian sport. Top. Now she picking MOBAs can be pretty hard. That Thunder Predator somehow managed to do it, and in the process earned the 6th spot on our list. Well, they're gonna find the bait. We see it raw. Not quite yet. Nepo frozen. And that this should be at least to
He does get the
tap
brain.
off which go. One of the weirder ways that you can cheat in Dota is to use a mouse macro, which essentially lets you use spells and abilities at speeds that no normal human could hit. And that's exactly what the tune from Thunder Predator did at the T8 South American qualifier. And this dude wasn't even trying to hide it. Poof all of his meepos at the exact same time. Well, they're gonna find just one. It's gonna be the Bane. No buyback. They're just going and does kill the Necro Book 3 and Schofield just They're just sitting here killing building. Admins immediately picked up on after an uproar from the community and Thunder Predator were disqualified from the qualifiers. Top 5. Taking the number 5 on our list is the TSM versus Azuba handle from the League of Legends Season World 2 Championship. So it's the quarterfinals. TSM versus Azuba Frost in a high-stakes best-of-3. But for some reason, players kept looking away from their monitors. Alright, and as we jump into game, we have one on the screen. We can see him going down to the bottom by himself. It quickly became clear that, due to the production setup, both teams could actually see the audience's screen, which was showing the stream. That meant they knew exactly where the other team was on the map, which, if you don't know League, is kind of broken. For example, people were confused by how Zubu Frost was able to react so well to TSM's move. Anybody to come through and invade they also have again Lux and Morkai in that mid, but they are free. They went round that top brush. Turns out they were watching the stream, just like the fans at home. And after the match, Reginald immediately accused the Korean team of cheating. We look straight to Zufrost, and Chaos notices their players looking at our map, looking at the mini-map, and they start like talking. And then there's also proof in the replay that there's been pangs at dark areas where we're standing, where they have no vision of. So I mean, that's kind of shady in my opinion. After further investigation from Azuba Frost will find $30,000, bringing this scandal to a close. Top 4. Now it's one thing to cheat in an esports tournament with money on the line, but it's a whole other issue to cheat in a charity event. And when you stoop that low, you get the number for spot on this list. K30 and David Morgan. K30 made his name off of being a family Fortnite content creator on YouTube, but it was hard to see him that way after he got the rules of a charity event run by Twitch. Now the rules of the tournament stated land in a specific part of the map, but Nicky 30 landed in other parts so that he could get better loot. But Nicky 30, with this partner, he's not gonna be able to continue his rise to the top. Now I got the ball. The worst part is that he didn't even get punished. The rules stated that for your first offense, you only got a warning, nick 1/3. He knew this, which is why he cheated in the first place. I think what we want to do, because remember, we get a warning, we don't. Then we just go back and it's not a bad thing. So did he really cheat, or was he just aggressively bending the rules? I guess you could say in some cases, cheating is in the eye of the beholder. Top 3. Taking the 3rd spot on our list is a cheater who got a quick smackdown from Epic Games. Haze Jarvis. Yeah, they're giving me aimbot, bro. Actually giving you aimbot. Jarvis was just like any other Fortnite content creator to make wacky videos in Fortnite for a young audience. That was until he decided to make a video experimenting with an aimbot. So you guys can see on my screen, I've definitely got the hacks. You can see where people are going. For some reason it doesn't show on OBS, but let's just run it. Not even a subtle one or just anything. A blatant aimbot doming people from across the map. Oh. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what did you just game? Now of course Epic Games took notice of this. He literally put it on YouTube for everyone to see. And they permanently banned Jarvis from Fortnite. I wish I could have known how badly I was messing up, because I would never have ever thought of even making those kind of videos if I knew that this could have actually happened. I know now how big of a mistake this was, and like, it's just that there's nothing I can. Top 2. Coming in at the runner-up spot on our list is a player whose ban and subsequent reformation leaves us suspicious to this day. Okay, we are kind of cheating here, but you know we had to cover this on this list. PUBG that was making his way through the ranks in Rainbow Six Siege. But during a match against Siege superstar, Peng felt like Chico shot. Thoughts were suspicious and called for further action. A lot of rumors that there was some suspicious stuff going on, and no one could be the point of what it was. The story was that he had more information than you humanly possibly could, so that would refer to what we call wall hang, or some sort of way to information that you shouldn't otherwise have as a normal human being. And the first better great shot, Chico. What an unbelievable kill on Dirtiest. We beat them in a very, very, very close game, and we protested because we had suspicion that something was wrong. ESL investigated whether or not Chico and they found that the 4 key on his was being pressed at an inhuman rate. ESL banned the Frenchman for 2 years without any appeal, though they did lift it a little early. And once he was free, Chico clapped Pengu at DreamHack Montreal. Shaichi was in a great spot to find another kill. Things quiet down. Oh, he finds Bangu what? And Baby in his what a triple for Draco. This is an unreal performance, continuing it over the bank. Since then there's been no issue and he still maintains godly form. But at the end of the day, Chico did get punished for cheating. Whether or not he actually did it though is a question that remains to this day. Top 1. Taking the top spot on our list is the cheater that put the entire Counter-Strike scene in crisis mode. If it turns out this is all accurate, then the ban is warranted. And the person did cheat. And this is the case of a top-level pro who has skill having cheated. And the implications, unfortunately, he'll be not quite huge. Back in 2014, Cooley was making a name for himself as a capable player in the French scene, even making the top 4 of a major and winning ESWC 2013. Cooley against Pashar, to 2 players who set up for their side. Get out of here, can you believe it, to secure the But one day out of nowhere Cooley got a VAC banned, effectively removing him from the pro scene forever. Number. No one knew if you used cheats on land, or even in an online match, mid through the entire Go world into disarray. We need to know all these things, because implications are more than just and this his player. Account is now back. Okay, banned. Is that so it? You've detected something on his account. Is that the end of the story? That can't be the end of in the story. In this particular case. And that meant anyone could be cheating. Accusations started flying, and while the CS community eventually settled down, a lot of people were still suspicious about whether some pros had cheated. We're just never caught. I know that a couple of my teammates are convinced that they think they cheat.
If you like these types of videos, please specify in the comments and subscribe to my channel. Thank you in advance.